Welcome back, everyone, to the Illinois Fighting Illini Dynasty here on NCAA 14. As Illinois is now ranked number 17. Last week they had a bye week, but the week before they went to Washington State and beat the Huskies, or not the Huskies, the Cougars, 26 to 21. Washington State was ranked at the time. Now Illinois is 2-0, playing their first interconference game, and they're going to be taking on the struggling 0-3 Michigan Wolverines. The Wolverines have been a powerhouse, but have really sucked. As of lately this season, they have not put it together. John O'Corn graduated, their quarterback. Of course, Jabril Peppers graduated as well, and they have struggled. Their passing offense is one of the worst in the country, and their run offense is definitely not great, and will not be great today because Illinois is the third best defense in all of college football this season, yet they're not even ranked in the top 100 when it comes to their passing defense. That's because they are number one when it comes to the rush. And they're allowing, wait for it, they are allowing 3.5 rushing yards a game. Yeah, Washington State just refused to run the ball last week. And UTEP's offense, the first game of the season, they just sucked. But 3.5 rushing yards a game, that's 7 rushing yards that they have allowed. That is absolutely crazy as Michigan. We'll get to choose a coin toss since we are in Illinois. They will choose heads. And that's wrong because tails never fails. Illinois will send their defense out on the field. Michigan's offense needs to get rolling if they want to stay alive in the doing good hunt. Because if they lose this game, they're going to fall to 0-4 and really fall apart as Nick Rodriguez, last year's nation sack leader, will sack Bryce Johnson. And the first play of the game, a perfect description of Michigan's season so far. It is 3rd and 16 after the 1-yard gain by the running back Rodney Dunbar, as Dunbar and the quarterback Johnson are in the backfield. Johnson looking to pass it under pressure, and this time it'll be Trey Watson, the current sacks leader in all of college football for the second straight year. Might be an Illinois player leading the country in sacks. He had 4 against UTEP, but did not have 1 last week against, or not last week, but 2 weeks ago against Washington State. And now he's on the board. After a great offensive week 1, scoring 41 points against UTEP, the offense struggled last week and honestly did not deserve to win. But a late fourth quarter drive from Fisher was able to get the job done, as on 3rd down, Eric Fisher will look for Derek Hall, and Derek Hall will come down with it, gaining 15, and Illinois is now in the red zone. It is now 2nd and 3 on the 9 for the Fighting Illini. As for fullback Anthony Riley in the game, Kendrick Foster in the backfield is Fisher, looking for a wide open Jackson Kelly. That's all the two of them have done this series, Eric Fisher and Jackson Kelly. All they've done is find a wide-open Jackson Kelly in the end zone, and all they've done is get touchdowns after touchdowns after touchdowns. 7-0 most likely Illinois, because Akeem Manson, there's no guarantee he'll make the extra. Akeem Manson did indeed make the extra point, making it 7-0, as number 24 Nebraska, led by their star quarterback Patterson, improves to 5-0 after barely defeating Maryland 27-21. Looked like a sloppy win, sort of like Illinois against Washington State, but they got the job done as Indiana, led by their quarterback by the name of Bryce Petty, just like the former Baylor Bear. They barely beat Purdue on the road 42-35. Who knows, maybe Indiana will be ranked soon. Big game from Williamson, Rivera, and of course Bryce Petty with 5 touchdowns. Michigan's offense needs to make plays if they want to have any chance of winning this game. Of course, Illinois is a very talented offense, and their defense has been phenomenal this year. As Johnson on 3rd down under pressure, he will find Robinson, and Tristan Robinson will gain a 1st down. Michigan's offense so far has been pretty good this drive. They haven't had pretty much any big play, but they've been able to gain a few 1st downs. As on 2nd and 9, Johnson under pressure, and Trey Watson will sack him once again, making it 3rd and 12, his 2nd sack of the game and 6th on the season. Despite a few 1st downs, Michigan's offense was unable to score any points, and Illinois has the ball back. They've barely had the ball so far today, as Michigan last drive really hogged possession, as Kendrick Foster with a nice 1st down. He struggled last week, as well as his offense in general, but so far it's looked very good. It is 1st and 10 of a 33 after the 1st down from Kendrick Foster, as this Illinois offense looks more complete, looks more fluid, and seems like it has more chemistry. That may be the issue for Michigan this season, but Kidd with the interception, that'll give Michigan some momentum and some pretty good field position. That's Fisher's first incomplete pass of the day. He struggled with completion percentages this season. He's barely over 50%. But right there, Kidd with a pick. Touchdown. This possession would really give Michigan, a lot of momentum coming off the interception, but they will need a first down on 3rd and 5 as Johnson, under pressure from Cleveland, he will find Lee, and Jerome Lee will gain 4, making it 4th and 1. On 4th and 1 of the 35, Michigan surprisingly punted it. I would have gone for it, but they punted it, as Illinois will get the ball quickly back. Fisher on first down, looking for Dan Cook, and Dan Cook will gain 21 yards. It is first down at about the 42 for the Fighting Illini. A few first downs can really give them all the momentum back that they had earlier in the game, as Fisher will look deep down the field for a wide-open Kendrick Foster, who flat-out drops the ball. Great pass from Fisher, but Foster drops. First down at the 48 for Illinois, as Fisher will look to pass it. Fisher, he's going to look deep down the field, one-on-one, and it'll be Derek Hall. Not really one-on-one coverage at all, as Derek Hall with a 48-yard touchdown, extending the Fighting Illini lead. We have an NCAA studio update as Ohio State taking on number 7 Virginia Tech, which would be a very exciting battle. Currently, the number 1 ranked Buckeyes own a 10-7 lead. They would have made the national championship last year, those Buckeyes, if they hadn't lost to Illinois. Remember that? That was fun. The problem with Michigan is they're not willing to be aggressive. They've punted it twice with good field position. They haven't had any big plays. For longest play is probably at most like 12 yards, as Johnson will find Robertson. Yeah, that's literally their biggest play. That's exactly what I'm saying, but they haven't been aggressive. But Michigan does have some nice field position at the 43-yard line with about 3 minutes left in the first half, as it'll be a toss play for Dunbar. Dunbar gets by Booth. I don't know what Brandon Booth was doing, and Rodney Dunbar will gain 17. It is 3rd and 6 on the 8 as Michigan is in the red zone. They're awfully close to the end zone, but they need to be aggressive. They need to look to make a play in the end zone and not a short pass gaining like 3 yards, as Johnson will run with it, and Bryce Johnson will get the touchdown, and this game will be a 7-point game, assuming they make the extra point. We have another studio update presented by EA Sports, as Virginia Tech able to get the lead here on Ohio State, hoping to upset the number 1 team in the country. As your current score 14-10, if Virginia Tech can win this game, then expect them to climb up in the rankings, probably like number 4. Illinois has a minute 22 seconds to drive down the field and extend their lead. It is 2nd and 3 at about the 43. As Fisher will be under no pressure, he will find Derek Hall, and Hall will gain 15 yards. It's 4th and 1 on the 17, and Illinois will go for it. They don't trust Akeem Manson, who is awful, so I don't blame him. But they will go for it here on 4th down, as Fisher will look for Dan Cook. Risky pass, and it does not work. And Illinois will not be able to score. A bad play call. I don't necessarily agree with it. They should have taken the points. I mean, Akeem Manson's bad, but he can make a 31-yard kick, or however long it was. Second half underway, your score, Illinois 14, Michigan 7. As despite only 14 points, the Illinois offense has been much better than it was last week against the Cougars. As Fisher under a lot of pressure, and he will be sacked. For the first time today, I think he's been sacked, if I'm not mistaken. Of course, Illinois had the ball to start off the second half, but they had a 3-and-out, and now Michigan has the chance to chip away at this lead, as on 2nd down, it'll be a passing play for a wide-open Tristan Robinson, who's been the quarterback Johnson's favorite target today, 5 catches. Michigan is 1 for 1 in the red zone today with their 1 and only touchdown, as it's 1st and goal on about the 3 or 4 yard line. Johnson looking to pass it. Johnson under a little bit of pressure, and he will be sacked by the defensive tackle Webb. I think his name is Phil? I'm not sure. It is 3rd and goal on the 8. On 2nd down, the Michigan running back Dunbar. I thought he was hurt, but he's in the game, so I guess not. Tight end in motion for the Wolverines. Johnson looking to pass it. Johnson, short pass for Rodney Dunbar, and he will get stuffed up by Adam Wade, making it 4th and goal. So far, the Illinois offense has been much worse than it was in the first half, as Michigan slowly but surely starting to chip away at the momentum. As on 3rd down, Fisher looking for Jackson Kelly, and Jackson Kelly is able to bring in the first down. A big first down for Illinois. They needed that, or else Michigan would have pretty much all the momentum. As Fisher Look for a wide open Kendrick Foster, and Foster will get past the 30-yard line, gaining 34. This time he holds on to the football. We are now in the fourth quarter as Illinois is at about the 5-yard line, very, very close to the end zone. It's 2nd and 4. Fisher fake handoff. Fisher looking for his fullback, Anthony Riley. Riley trucks the defender, and he will get the touchdown, making it most likely 21-10. Michigan needs a first down here on 3rd and 8, as they need points if they want to stay alive and not fall to 0-4. Big play. Dunbar in motion to line out as a wideout. Bryce Johnson passing it. He will find Smith, and Smith has clear green ahead. Can Brennan Booth catch him? No, he can't. That'll be a Michigan touchdown, as that was a bad play. Two Illinois defenders ran into each other, and Smith able to get the touchdown. Michigan will go for 2, hoping to make it a field goal game as Johnson under pressure, and he will be sacked, and this game will stay 21-16. I mean, he didn't really get sacked. He just ran into his running back. But they're counting it as a sack, so okay. This is a major 3rd and 5 for both sides, especially the Michigan defense, to put their offense back on the field. Fisher on 3rd down. He's going to scramble with it. He's going to run with it. He sees an open hole, and Eric Fisher will gain 14. Michigan is starting to use their timeouts as Illinois is now in the red zone. 2 minutes and 15 seconds left in the game. That's Fisher. He's going to scramble. He's going to scramble. He's going to look for the end zone, and he will find Dan Cook for an Illinois touchdown. That'll most likely put this game out of reach. Michigan's offense is back. They need a last-ditch effort to drive down the field and win this game, but it's not likely as Johnson's going to run with it. Breaks a tackle, has a first down, and Bryce Johnson will gain 22. Michigan State is driving down the field, but they need to be faster. A minute left. It is 3rd and 17 for the Wolverines. As Bryce Johnson will pass it. Johnson has time, delivers, finds Eaton, and that'll be a first down. There's a flag. I think it'll be a face mask on Illinois, and it is, so Michigan will get some extra yards. It is 3rd and goal on the 3 with about 30 seconds left. It's Johnson. He's passing it. He's going to look for the end zone, and he will find Scott Smith for the touchdown, and Michigan gets a little bit closer. Michigan needs to get this onside kick, or else their chances of winning are pretty much none. And it'll be recovered by the freshman, Matt Richard, and Illinois will most likely walk out of this game with a win, but there is a penalty flag on the play, and it is going to be clipping on, I think, Illinois. Yes, it's on Derek Hall. Illinois will walk out of this game with a win. They will improve to 3-0. Michigan will fall to 0-4 by a final score of 23-28 for the second straight week. Illinois will win by just 5 points.